After following Luna through several hidden alleys, we arrived at an ancient library. The building looked ancient and ordinary from the outside, but through the debugging eye, I could see the entire structure was surrounded by an extremely complex protection code. "This is the restricted section of the Code Weavers Academy," Luna said softly. "Ordinary people can't even see its existence." She raised her wrist, and the runes on her bracelet began to glow. As a complex code parsing process unfolded, the space before us suddenly distorted, and an ornately decorated door slowly materialized. "Interesting," I stared at that unlock code. "Is this some kind of quantum encryption spatial algorithm?" "You're right," Luna glanced at me in surprise. "This is one of the oldest weaving spells, using quantum superposition principles to hide space. I didn't expect you to recognize the principle at a glance." Just then, my debugging eye suddenly had an intense reaction. The world before my eyes instantly transformed into pure code streams, countless information flows surging through my vision. The sensation was both wonderful and dizzying. "Alex, are you all right?" Luna asked worriedly. I can see all the source code." I struggled to adapt to this strange vision. Every object, every life form, even every molecule in the air, is composed of specific code. "This is the most basic ability of the debugging eye," Luna explained, "though it usually requires long-term training to fully control. You can use it naturally. You're truly special." "Alex, I'm detecting abnormal brain activity," Arya suddenly warned in my mind. "This amount of information could overload your nervous system." She was right. I was already feeling intense dizziness. Too much code information was impacting my perception. Just then, a familiar piece of code caught my attention. "Wait, what's that?" I pointed at a section of code above the library door. There was an intricate subroutine hidden there, but it seemed to contain some kind of error. "That's the library's protection magic. What's wrong?" Luna asked, puzzled. "There's a bug," I said instinctively, my fingers already starting to gesture in the air. "If it's not fixed, the entire protection system might crash under overload." As I moved, that section of code began to manifest in the air. This time, I was surprised to find I could directly manipulate these magic codes. Just like programming in an IDE, I quickly found the problem. Right here, I modified a parameter. The original code didn't have proper exception handling for concurrent requests. As the final code modification was completed, the entire protective barrier suddenly lit up with a soft glow, then became more stable and powerful. "Unbelievable." Luna's eyes widened. "You can not only see the magic source code but directly modify it? Even the most senior code weavers might not be able to do that." "To me, this is just a normal debugging process," I shrugged, "just using a slightly different language." "Normal?" Luna shook her head and smiled. "Do you know that being able to directly modify running magic code is a legendary ability in our world? Master Solomon will definitely be interested in you." Just then, I suddenly felt an intense headache. Large amounts of code information were still impacting my perception, and it was getting stronger. "Alex, your vital signs are showing abnormal fluctuations," Arya urgently warned. "You must stop using the debugging eye immediately." "Damn." I gritted my teeth against the pain. "How do I turn off this ability?" "Try imagining closing a program," Luna said quickly, "in a way you're familiar with." I immediately thought of the process of closing a program on a computer. As a clear close command formed in my mind, my vision finally returned to normal. The intense headache also began to slowly subside. Phew. I let out a breath. Is this what code weavers face every day? Of course not, Luna shook her head. Ordinary weavers can only see and use specific magic codes. Only legendary debuggers can directly view the world's source code. You're the first one I've ever met. She pushed open the library doors, the ancient wooden portal emitting a heavy creaking sound. After entering, we found the interior space was far larger than it appeared from outside. Countless bookshelves extended to the horizon, filled with ancient tomes emitting a faint glow. "This place contains our world's oldest magic codes," Luna explained. "Maybe we can find clues about your ability, and that world tree symbol." However, just then, a deep voice suddenly sounded from behind. "It seems the threads of fate have finally brought a true debugger to this world." We turned to see an elderly man with shoulder-length silver hair standing there. He looked very old, but his eyes sparkled with wisdom. Most striking was the brilliant code flow surrounding him like a galaxy. "Master Solomon!" Luna exclaimed, immediately bowing. "I've been waiting for you," the elder called. Solomon smiled, "Especially you, programmer from the real world. Your arrival might be exactly what this world needs right now." "You know who I am?" I asked in surprise. "Of course," Solomon nodded, "just as I know the world tree is facing an unprecedented crisis. Come, young debugger, it's time for you to learn the truth." I looked at Luna, who nodded at me. So I followed Solomon deeper into the library. For some reason, I had a feeling that what I was about to face would be far more than just some ancient magical secrets. "Alex," Arya's voice rang in my mind, "I'm detecting some strange code fluctuations from Solomon. They're similar to that world tree symbol." I silently noted this discovery. It seemed this mysterious master must have some connection to the symbol that brought me to this world. And my programmer's life was just beginning its true debugging journey.